It seems like most of my videos start out right here in the driveway, but today we are headed to Dolly Sods. So here we are, we're about a couple hundred yards away from the trailhead. We met up here with Adam, the serial photog. You guys probably don't recognize him because he's out of his natural Red River Gorge habitat. But yeah, if you want to check out Red River Gorge videos and other great hiking videos, go out and check out his channel. I'll leave a link in the description. Check out this color here. We're going to check out bare rocks first. But man, this is beautiful. Well, this is a nice little warm-up. Wow. So we're in the Monongahela National Forest here at Dolly Sods. And those of you who are familiar with the area know it was once used for ordnance testing from World War II. And so if you see something, don't pick it up. That adds a level of excitement. Probably at least 3 times experience bonus or something, right? Mm-hmm. So we're just making our way down right now. It's just really pretty. I always think I'm amazed by my capacity to continue to be amazed by places like this, because each one is so different. Gotta watch my footing. Each one is just so different, and it just has its own beauty. I'm not sure where that is. We're not going that way, thankfully.
Check GPS.
Diving grade, I believe, is that way, and we're headed down there on our loop. The drama, the tension. I made it. Snack time on the move. So we have jerky, mixed nuts, raisins. It's a pretty good mix. Trying something new for the first time in terms of snacks. So far so good. Actually turned out to be warmer than I thought it was going to be. Kind of a perfect temperature for hiking. High 60s, maybe low 70s. We're stopping at this little spot. We've been going for about an hour just to kind of get a snack break / lunch. And it's a neat little spot. Like, this would be a perfect spot for lunch. You think that's the best decision with your ankle?
Yeah.
Like I always tell my kids, make good choices, okay?
Okay, what could go wrong?
Yeah. What's the worst that
could happen?
This is really cool being able to, this reminds me of out west. Kind of being able to see the trail as it goes all the way there. And it's just gorgeous. Just the scale is amazing. Not bad, West Virginia. Not bad. And we're gonna get on 521 and head on Ravens Ridge. Supposedly at the end, kind of that ridge, it's supposed to be pretty scenic. I think it goes into Rocky Ridge. The intersections are well marked. Here's what they kind of look like.
We're going 2.4 miles.
Nice.
Not bad. We're gonna go this way.
Sweet.
Yeah, the second year on the trail, they told me that to continue again.
And that's how quickly that changes. Now we're in kind of deep cover, deeper woods again, just in and out of that sort of stuff. But it's kind of cool how drastic it moves from that open wide space to all of a sudden you're definitely in the woods. That is a pretty cool, those big boulders over there. I think we're gonna scramble over there and check it out. Already getting some views over here, so I can only imagine what it looked like from that vantage point.
I mean, it's adjusted right and everything. Yeah, my first pass was rigged.
Gonna head over there.
I liked it.
Now this is a pretty cool scramble right here. Good view. I'm not at the top yet. Wow, this is cool. Worth the little side trip. How's the ankle, Josh?
Good. It's a little stiff, but I think I just need to warm it up,
Yeah.
and then I'll probably take some ibuprofen tonight to keep it from inflaming, and then I'll be good.
It's a nice spot for a break.
See if we got any reception here. Extended.
Let's go check out on top of this bad boy. We're just taking the opportunity. Our motto is side trails we kind of check out just because we're here. Might as well, right?
Still, lighting's still kind of harsh, but you can at least make out colors. There we go.
So for those of you who don't know, I always joke that Dolly Sods has been cursed for us. We've been trying to get here for close to 2 years now. And what ended up happening every time was, one time I think there was remnants from a hurricane about 2 years ago. I don't remember which one it was. And so major thunderstorms were forecasted in this area. Then another time my kids all got stomach flu, and so I stayed home and we had to postpone that trip. And this time around, actually, the forecast was calling for the remnants of Hurricane Irma, but it kept flipping back and forth and the forecast kept changing. So we decided to just push through it and do it anyway, and we actually were fairly fortunate. The weather has been really, really nice. It hasn't rained a drop. It's been cloudy and kind of really overcast, but not bad at all. So I'm glad that we're finally here, because it's beautiful. And I think you can go all the way around it. Yeah. Worth the trip, I'd say.
Yeah. You been up there, Adam?
You what?
Have you been up there?
No, I don't think I climbed up it last time I was here.
There's a nice shiny thing here.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You should hit it with your foot.
Okay. It's gonna be a blast.
Yeah, don't do that. We were just talking about how we actually had a little mini detour off the actual trail, and thankfully we caught it. But it's one of those things where this kind of reminds me of the gorge in some senses. Once we scramble across the rocks, look for more cairns so you know your sense of direction, or have a GPS with you, or a very detailed map, because I could see how people could get kind of lost and wander around in here. But yeah, just take care. None of us, of course, recorded that section where we just weren't thinking about it. We're so focused on finding the trail again. But word to the wise, keep track of what you're doing.
Yeah, it's clearing up, yeah?
Yeah.
Prime camping tonight.
Yeah, it'll be nice. So we had just had a little bit of an interesting situation. We ran across a large group of hikers, and one of them was ill, and they were trying to find a bailout point. Unfortunately, I don't have the subscription to the Garmin Explorer Plus activated. We just are using it as a standalone GPS right now. But they were looking to bail out, and I think they had some information that was faulty, and they thought there was a road further down where we came from, and there is not. So I don't envy their decisions, but there's a large group of them, so they should be okay, and hopefully it gets out fine. Headed this way.
Yeah, we're right here. Roughly.
And just like that, we are transported to the Smoky Mountains. It's a little mushy, a little humid, and definitely deep forest. We come across a couple neat campsites, but tonight we want really, really good campsite. I just feel like I'm actually really shocked. There haven't been more people on this loop. I'm not sure what it is. We just haven't picked a good day. It is Friday, but like we've seen maybe a handful of people, like, well, a couple groups. We saw that big group, but honestly, not a whole lot of people camping or staying out the night. So I guess we'll take what we can get, but seems like we have our pick of campsites, which is really, really nice. Now we're in the deep, dark 100-acre wood, apparently.
This is on David Gray's video too.
Yeah.
Wow.
Remember this?
He's like, and it gets darker. He's like, you can't tell. 11. Somebody needs a lot of space then. I might still stick with.
This is probably one of my favorite parts of backpacking right here, is getting to camp with enough time. It's about 6:30 now. Getting to camp with enough time and you can kind of relax and slowly set up. I don't feel rushed. I don't feel like, oh my gosh, it's gonna rain right now. It's nice to just relax and set it up. I like it. You like yours?
Yeah, I do.
Pretty awesome campsite for the night. We just have this little beach area we're gonna set up on, get my alcohol stove going. I'm gonna filter in the meantime, and it's a pretty nice place to set up. Everyone else is eating already, or close to eating, or done preparing to eat. But I'm not done. Morning, guys. So it's the morning of day 2. Slept perfectly. The X-Therm and the combination of that with my Enlightened equipment top quilt always keeps me really warm. So it was one of those days where I wake up and my eyes are closed and I have my beanie or a buff pulled over my head, and I don't know if it's light out, and I kind of peek and I'm like, oh gosh, I have to get up today. But it's really nice. It got a little cooler than I thought it was going to be. I mean, still way within comfortable limits, maybe in the 40s right now. But we're going to get kind of tore down and get going. We really want to see Lion's Head, and that's kind of one of the big highlights of the day, and maybe a couple of swimming holes and creeks. We'll see. Today's actually going to be a little bit easier of a day, just because we have more time. When you have a full day's worth of hiking to do, it becomes easier to cover a lot of miles. So just came out from camp, and there's this awesome little waterfall that we have right here. The trail is right here and the waterfall is over to our right. That would be really cool in the heat of summer, but right now it's probably not a good idea to get hypothermia and die. Well, the Rocky Point trail is well named. Someone's helpful enough to put these cairns here off of Rocky Point Trail and a little, I think, arrow of rocks right there. So we believe this is the way up to Lion's Head, and it looks something like this. So a lot of rock scrambling. I think as long as we keep going up, we're gonna end up there. So there's a defined trail, another giant pine forest. Yeah, heavy breathing, I know. And unlimited hammock hanging opportunities in this pine forest. It's pretty awesome. I don't think we have too much further to go There's really nowhere to go up from here that we can see. So we're gonna take this downward path right down there. And there's a helpful cairn. So there's Lion's Head from the wrong side. We'll go around. At least we have an idea where we're headed now. Stumbling around for a little bit, following cairns. We didn't have the GPS coordinates, like I said. So it's not the easiest thing to find. What do you guys say?
Yeah, it's very difficult.
Yeah, it actually took a little while to figure out where exactly we were going. Finally. There we go. Now it opens up into that rock outcropping. And if you come from this side, you're just like, oh, okay, well, where's the Lion's Head? And there it is. We'll see it from the other side. Woo! That is pretty high. Wow. Okay, that's gonna give me vertigo. So there it is. From this side, you definitely can see the lion. Seriously, what an awesome spot. You have to watch your footing when you're up here because they are crevices in these rocks that go pretty much all the way down. So you do have to be careful scrambling around. But it's pretty awesome to be up here, that's for sure. And yeah, I'm sitting right on the Lion's Head. I could totally see why people just hang out right here. Of course, I'm not going to go any further because let me show you how close I am. Not dangerously close. It's doable. These are the crevices I was talking about. Gotta be careful around. So to give you some perspective, those pines right there, what we were walking through that pine forest, and we had to kind of meander our way down. Good spot for a break and breakfast. Woo! That's a really good echo. Hey! You guys hear that? So we just treated this like an out and back and just came back the way we came. I think there's another way down, but this is the one that was the easiest for us to find. So you can see the rock markings right there. Wow, definitely living up to its name. Dear Diary, feels like day 57 on these rocks. Just stopping here for a break. Adam's tending to some foot issues. We've been going for about an hour or so without a break, so I think we're about 1.5 miles from the creek where we're probably going to stop for lunch. It's beautiful. I don't know, I didn't expect this type of scenery as much. I expected the high mountain meadows and the open areas, but I didn't really expect this. Nice. Yeah, this is it. Yep. This is the lunch spot. So this is just off of Red Creek Trail. We heard it and just came down a little side trail. And this is going to be a lunch spot. It's pretty nice. Those guys are hanging out over there, I guess. Cold! Right here, this is probably my favorite part about Dolly Sods is you can be in the woods for a significant amount of time and then you pop out and you're in this higher mountain meadow, and these are all over the place. I probably haven't mentioned, but Dolly Sods gets its name, of course, from 2 words, and you might hear it and think it's really weird. But sods, which means a kind of a higher mountain meadow, and Dolly, which was, I know it's spelled D-O-L-L-Y, but the guy, I think, who used to own this land ancestrally, or whatever, if ancestrally is a word, was Dolly, D-A-H-L-E. And so I guess it got Americanized to Dolly, D-O-L-L-Y. But man, this right here is living. And here we are, talking about the changing ecosystems and biodiversity. I'm pretty sure these are aspen. It's pretty.
It's like I can take.
So we're going on Dobbin Grade just briefly because it's pretty wet. So we're not going to be on it very long. We're going to switch back to 521 because I've heard horror stories about Dobbin Grade. So here's your PSA. If you're coming this way, do not go to Dobbin Grade. It may look like it's a faster route to kind of go back to the car, but the mud is not worth it. So I've heard. So we were just coming down Dobbin Grade, and Adam's gonna kind of head out on Dobbin Grade, so good luck with that right about here. Feeling a little under the weather, so doing the wise thing and heading back to the car. But yeah, we had a lot of fun, Adam. If you want to see how Adam fares Dobbin Grade, be sure I will link his video in the description because I'm curious as well. See ya.
I'm really hopeful it won't be bad.
Yeah, me too. So here's our setups for tonight. Josh is rocking the big mama jama in the dream hammock. This is Subaru Josh. And then we're kind of all squeezed in here. UGQ tarp for Karate Josh. And dream hammock. And packs are slung. A War Bonnet mini fly. And dream hammock in there. It's a pretty nice spot. Hard to complain. I mean, the weather has been perfect. I thought I was going to get soaked this entire trip. You know, be hiking mostly in rain kilt and rain jacket, and we haven't been. It's been really, really nice. Dinner is going to be home-style chicken noodle casserole for me. Josh, I believe, is having
Mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese and salmon
Tuna.
tacos.
Salmon tacos.
Gotcha. That sounds actually pretty good. Josh is going, Karate Josh is going stoveless this trip. What do you think about the experience of going stoveless?
I'll never go back. I like it.
I like hot food too much right now. We'll see if I ever go stoveless, but I don't know, I like having a warm meal. But each their own. He's gonna be done eating and probably brush his teeth in his hammock about 15 minutes before me. So there's that. And we have a very short hike out tomorrow morning, maybe about 1.5 miles or so. We actually just pushed further than we thought we needed to. We just felt like hiking, and every campsite was just a little bit something. We're being finicky, being picky. But it was nice to get this close to the car because we have a long drive home tomorrow morning. So is this loop doable in probably 2 full days? Yeah, you definitely could do it. But we did it. We probably could finish up today. We were planning on camping out tonight anyway, so Dolly Sods has been pretty awesome. I'm a fan. I think the highlight, especially today, was Lion's Head. We've been really fortunate. No one has really been here. Very few people have been out, so there's that. But I am going to go to bed soon. I am tired, and I'll see you guys in the morning. It's the last day, the hike out, so you know who's ready first. That's right, Subaru Josh is ready to go.
I'm always ready.
Yeah, sure. We're just packing up, get everything ready. I'm ready to go as well. Man, that's the view on the hike out. We're in the Bear Rocks Trail. That's gorgeous. So, the curse of Dolly Sods for us is finally over. We finally were able to get in the books after 2 years of trying, between sick kids and weather situations. So, it feels good to get it done. What about it for you guys?
It feels great.
Yeah. Worth it?
Yeah. Beautiful place.
Yeah. If you haven't had a chance to come see Dolly Sods, make sure you see it, and the fall is absolutely spectacular. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace. So how was this after a long hike?
Oh, wonderful. Nothing like a good greasy burger.
Nice.